Well, good morning, my lovely friends on YouTube. A sunny morning here in Gothenburg City, Scandinavia. Yeah, I forgot, Sweden. Sweden. Look, that's good for my cattleya's. Finally get some sun. That cattleya. It's a cattleya with a very long name. It's not even registered, so I need to give you the little name here by looking at the tag. Brassicatleya and Chinese bronze times LC, Leylicatleya, Lee Langford times Golden Cell times Waikiki Gold, and yeah, Leah. Lord, I'm gonna give you a pop-up of what its flowers looks like. I think its flowers are amazing, but the plant itself looks like total pure crap, if you ask me. It bloomed, I think it bloomed once here, about 1 year after I received it from Lucke. You can recognize the Lucke nursery in Germany by the yellow tag. You cannot believe that this is really the same orchid as shown on the pic. But you know what? I couldn't care less. This one is absolutely amazing. Look at its lip. A bit bronze. A color changer. A little bit more bronze-ish looking petals and sepals now to the edges. They are getting a little bit more leathery-like. Yes. Beautiful scent to them. Slight scent, that is. 3 came out from a sheath. Not exactly what was promised, but it's a variable cross, I believe. I only found one picture of this one on Google. That looks a little bit like this, so yeah, it's the right cattleya I got in my hand here, I think. All right. Anyways, I divided her. I sort of cut away the catty part. Yeah, then I needed to wait for 2 years to see some results, some good growth, such as this one. Finally, a sheath. I'm not sure that it will bloom, but I'm not sure if this is the right time period for it, but could be. I will look it up. So, what today? What's up today? Well, here's my growing area. I cleaned up a lot of stuff. I dealt with all of the trays now. And I cleaned off the orchids, upgraded the pots, downsized the pots in some cases. I've done a couple of semi-hydroponic cleanups. And so on and so forth. Well, last but not least, I sprayed all of the orchids with my orange oil solution from Karin, a concentrate, which should be working against almost all known kinds of types of pests that you can find on your orchids. Unfortunate you can find them on your orchids, yeah? I don't mind really so much mealies. I had a couple of mealies on my phalaenopsis, but still, especially this one, yay. But still, it's blooming and blooming and blooming, and its root system is quite alright. The same goes for scale in a way, but no severe damage really. It's when it gets down there to the bottom of the sheath, when it gets a little bit nasty, but you can catch them, you can see they're quite visible, the white little thingies. But the worst enemy is thrips. Yeah, you can actually see thrips running on your leaves, like in some cases light brown or yellowish creatures. One millimeter long and quite slim, running just like ants, yeah, going down there already. You see, this one is my Kitlea Warneri. You can see a dead thrip there. What's been killing him off is actually leaf shine. It goes for this orchid as well. This Liminghay, Chisis or Chisis Liminghay. The tag's a bit stuck there, but yeah, it's been blooming frequently on a regular basis for me. It's been doing very, very fine. Chisis Liminghay. Got her from Swerta in June 2020. It's in bloom. Not much of scent really, but maybe it occurs later on in the afternoon or evening even. And this little lip is really purple. So there are more details to the scent of this orchid than I first expected. But I thought the splashes, the reddish splashes, would be a little bit deeper in color. But there are some yellow to them as well. And it's a really, really bright, striking yellow center. This is one spike, which came out from a newly produced cane, from this fat, leafless old cane. So, now you can see. What do I have here? Some remaining spots from the poop from Thrips. But leaf shine combined with a bit of this oil-based solution made it grow again. It didn't have any new growth, nothing, almost a couple of leaves, yeah. So it's doing a lot better. This is when you need to be extra observant. When the growth is quite slim and new. You can see there's been thrips to it. A bit of damage, a little bit of damage, but I stopped it. I sprayed it. I saw him. So now when I know what I'm supposed to look for, I can stay on top of it. It takes a bit of an effort, a bit of work on my behalf, but it's so worth it. You can see here a growth on this Chantilly lace twinkle. I needed to cut it away. It was all dried and damaged by thrips. This one I sprayed. This one shouldn't even be alive here. It's a very, very tiny and small one, but it's alive since I sprayed it with some fatty solution. So always stay on top, spraying a new growth, not all of the time, so damage it, alright? But maybe once every 2 weeks with some kind of fatty solution. I talked to a guy who was running a business. He's got a huge greenhouse, yeah. I asked him, what are you using? Yeah? And he said, the only thing that's working nowadays is leaf shine. So, yeah, here you can see dead thrips. Leaf shine, if used far too frequently, it can cause tissue damage and death of the tissues. And the leaves may drop, look like this, and drop. I think my collection overall is now kind of sort of pest-free. If it wasn't for the thrips, I would be 100% happy. But it's enough. It's enough for now. But today I'm going to try out another solution, which I never ever tried before. I've heard a couple of people on YouTube speaking so dearly of it, but me myself, I never ever dared to try it out until this morning. Here's another example before we leave. Before we move to the kitchen area. It's a Vanda. A quite recent acquisition. I've been bending the sleeves far too many times just to see what's going on in there. So there's a little crack, which often happens if you do not consistently moisture your orchid. Yes. What do I mean by that? Well, if it's dehydrated, a bit dehydrated, and you suddenly drench it in water for a couple of hours, which I did, the tissue will expand too quickly and will break. Just for scarring, in your skin. Well, if you gain weight or such, it might cause scarring to your skin, stretch marks. Anyways, you can see there's a spike. That's fine. I had it for only 4 months, so it's alright. First time spiking. But anyways, it's green, still green. But I do not like the color down there. Might have been the thrips. Oh yeah, I'm most certain it is thrip damage. But I sprayed this as soon as I saw it, this spike, even before it was damaged, with orange oil, this fatty solution. But I'm not sure it worked. So yesterday I sprayed it with leaf shine, but I think this spike is doomed. It's only the tip now that's green, so I'm not so sure. I'm not so positive that spike, but there will be new spikes in the future. You can see here these old blooms. They've been out for ages, so I don't really care about the bloom, but you can see thrips poop. So when I saw it, I knew that they'd been there. So I sprayed them with orange oil. And it worked. It stopped the thrip damage. It stopped the thrips, actually. I don't like it. Every freaking summer, they crawl inside my living room through this door. Yeah, I guess that's life. What can you do? Well, I have a lovely, could be a lovely orchid. Schomburkia tibicinis. Yes. I think Ninja Orchids got it as well, as we did a care collab video together on this particular orchid a couple of years ago. Now, time passes quickly. I got this orchid from Orchids and More 2001 in May, to be exact. It had 2 years to flowering size, so this one by now should be flowering size. Yeah. It's actually never been doing that great for me. And due to the fact that it very, very at an early stage here, my care caught scale. Oh, what is scale? Yeah, it's some kind of a mealybug. Yeah. It's got, they work in similar ways. The mother animal oftentimes lurks on the leaves. You can see bigger spots. It's a mature animal. As I said, oftentimes the mother. Yeah? And she puts her eggs, oftentimes, around the base of an ugly pseudobulb, such as this one, this old, well, it's not so old, but it's not doing great. So that's why they choose to gather around here. Yes? It's an easy target. Not so very fond of the newest growth, except for where the newest growth, next growth will appear. Yummy! I repotted this guy 2 months ago. So what did I do? I knocked it over. From this newly repotted, freshly repotted pot. And all of medium fell out on the floor. And so did the orchid. Extremely dehydrated. Its newest roots should have been doing great, but they aren't. They stopped growing there. So I thought, well, she's doomed for the trash can. Yeah, recycle bin time. But then I come to think of the most controversial treatment I've ever heard of. I never tried it out, since I do not like it. Yes? But why not give it a go, as she's doomed for the trash can anyway, so won't hurt to try it out. The bleach treatment. Yes? I saw it a couple of years ago at Ed's Orchids channel, in this particular video here. And another guy, Tom, suggested that I would use it, or he had used the bleach method. With success, he said. But I was really reluctant about using it. Then I would need to get all of my 350 or whatever orchids out from the pots, switch medium for them, and I recently did so no, with a chance on the roots declining again, I will need to throw half of my collection away anyways, shortly. So, nah, it wasn't the very best solution for me at the time, but he suggested that if an orchid had several different pests on it, mealybugs, thrips, scale, spider mites and stuff, simultaneously, one bleach treatment isn't enough. So he suggested 4 treatments in a 10-day period. Yes, at a solution of 300 milliliters in a bucket of 10 liters of water, and soak it for 30 minutes. 30 minutes, 4 times in a 10-day period. Yes, but in this case, and in Ed's case, he only dipped and soaked the orchid for 7 minutes, I think he said, once. And he had to scale. And he reassured us that they would disappear. So I think this is a very, very good candidate. As it's, well, 0 to none viable roots. I wouldn't have to worry about the roots anymore in this case. So, it's perfect. But Ed didn't really measure. I think Ed poured in half a bottle of this. Contains about 1.5 liters of bleach, and he poured in. He used half a bottle for a bucket of about 8 liters. So I think, well, 1 liter, 2 liters. I didn't say if the water should be tepid or not, but well, it's all right. And 3 liters. Yeah, I will need to have some space for the orchid as well. Without it pouring over the rim of the pot. In Tom's case, he would have poured 30 milliliters of bleach for 1 liter. So 90 milliliters. But yeah, let's see. Here's 15. So 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, and 6. And you should work up the solution until it gets a bit frosted on top. That's it. Ed's suggestion. Well, it's not. So maybe add in a little bit more. So let's see if that does the trick. Not really. Maybe it's due to the, what type and what brand you're using. I think it was Blanca Acosta's channel, and she couldn't wait. No, she couldn't wait for the frosting on top, so she added in a little bit of soap or such. Yeah. But I think it's enough. I think it would be enough. So, I'm not going to exaggerate. So, down you go with the roots. Ed suggested 7 minutes. Yes. But I'm going to dip water it a bit longer while I'm out walking my dog. And when I'm back, I shall rinse the orchid in pure tap water and clean tap water. So in order to, let's see if this direction is better if I turn this stuff around. Yeah, this is better. Yeah. I don't actually like having bleach on my hands, but so that's why I'm wearing gloves. So now, at least, it's kind of, sort of, no, it's not really, is it? I would like to have something else to press it down. Sorry, little plant. Down you go. All right. So, I'll be back again in about 15 minutes. Yay. So now it's been soaking for 17 or 18 minutes or so. So it's something in between this Ed, yeah, and this Tom suggested. So, and a little bit stronger solution than Tom suggested, but a little bit less strong solution than Ed suggested. So maybe I'm going to do a repetition of this. I'm going to repeat the process in a week. Not sure yet, but we shall see. So they're not vanished by any means. That will need to be sorted out manually. I even dipped the tag. So let's follow me into my bathroom, shall we? I'm going to shower it as hard as I can. Shower off the scale in 6. Then basically so next things on the menu is yes. I'm going to clean it off a bit more thoroughly when I get back from my little shopping trip to a place called Ullared. So that's where we're heading today. Still vacation and all. So, and I think I'm going to mount it. I have several good mounts here. This one. Maybe something just to keep it on until I'm certain that it's free from scale and that the scale aren't alive anymore. Let's stop spreading on this orchid. And after a week, maybe I'm going to repeat this procedure, and then it will be it. And after 2 months time, well, we'll know for a fact the results. So 2 months time is about the time it takes for the scale to create a severe infestation, yeah, on an orchid. I noticed. I must admit that I repeated the treatment 4 days later, with a higher dosage of bleach and for a longer time period. 30 minutes. Well, it's looking more and more dehydrated, this plant. There will be some leaf drop, I can tell. The ones that already were bad, but yeah, I cannot see any scale, really. But I can see some tendencies of a couple of eyes there. We do need a couple of new roots. But, well, it's not dead. Now it's been 2 weeks since I first started the procedure with the bleach treatment. Let's see. I can't see anything bad down there anymore. No insects, no more scale. I'm not so sure, positive about the roots being viable anymore. But looks like the plant wants to survive at any cost. So the eyes, which will be naturally, since this one is the newest one, it will naturally create eyes. That's only natural. Nothing spectacular about that, but even here and there, I think it really now wants to survive. So I'm gonna today mount her onto this cork slab and put her into my high humidity cabinet where my dendrobium sits right now to tease out a couple of new roots and under observation, of course. So no medium, no moss onto it. I'm only going to tie her to the cork slab so I can see if if the scale are still there somehow and suddenly starts to multiply again. So that I cannot see underneath a bunch of moss, can I? So yeah, that will be today's project. And so here the orchid hangs. Looks a little bit tired and messed up, I'd say, especially on newest growth. some markings lingering on from the bleach treatment, I assume. Let me see. Let me examine her and see. Do we see scale? Nah. What is it? Is it old scale or is it new scale? Nah. It don't look that way. No, these aren't scale. Bit worried. Yeah, almost had me. So, this far, or shall we say so far, so good. Oh Lord. Now the eyes, which means new beginnings of growth, are slowly developing around the base of the new pseudobulbs. So there's the future of this plant. The eyes, as we call them. So hopefully now we'll spray her roots and hope for at least some of them being a bit alive. I can always dream, can you? But guys, I think this will be the video. So, a 3 weeks long project or such. And this project will most certainly linger on for quite some time until we see some good results. The results we want, alright? Alright guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you liked it, enjoyed it, if you using this treatment for your orchids, well, I'd be glad if you shared a couple of your experiences in the comment section below. Tell me what you thought about it and how it worked for you. Pros and cons. Alright. Thanks for watching. We shall talk soon, I hope. Please do subscribe. Talk later. Bye-bye.